Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be advice for people who are struggling with mental health. Before I get started, I just want to say this is kind of goes along with the video I previously posted, which was my story with anxiety and depression. So if you haven't watched that, go check that out first. And before we get started, I would love it if you guys like this video and subscribe down below. It's the little red button that says subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And in the comments, I would love to hear what you guys, what kind of videos you guys would like in the future, because I'm open to any suggestions. Yeah, so let's get started. Alright, so for someone who is struggling with mental health, or not even just mental health, this goes kind of, if you're going through anything or struggling with anything, always ask for help. And admit to yourself that you can't do this alone, that you need to ask for help. And it's not a bad thing to ask for help. It's good because it means that you want help, and it means that you understand that you need help. And kind of going along with asking for help, you need to be able to talk about it, and it helps a lot to talk. As much as hard as it is to talk about it, whatever it is, you can't really get the help you need unless you talk about it. And trust me, I am someone who has a lot of trouble opening up to others about my problems and articulating it well and just kind of letting people in. So I know that it's really hard, and it's not something to be taken lightly because it's not easy. But once you find that right person to open up to, and once you do, it helps a lot. You need to not ignore your problems, because the more you ignore your issues, your problems, whatever you're going through, the worse it'll get in time. Because at the time that you are ignoring your problems, you feel better because you don't have to face those problems. But in the long run, those problems are just they're gonna stay with you, and they're not gonna go away unless you do something about it. And just ignoring them makes the process of figuring out how to what's the word? The longer you ignore your problems, the longer it will take to solve them. This is something that I have found very helpful, and something you need to do. You need to find things that make you happy, the little things, whether it's watching your favorite episode of a TV show, and if that gives you a bit of happiness for however long the episode is, then you should do that, just kind of a little bit of an escape. Or whether it's dog hair on my tongue, or whether it's going for a walk outside, or hanging out with friends, or making YouTube videos, which for me it's a thing that makes me happy. So you need to find those things that make you happy. It's hard, but you also need to figure out what it is that is triggering you and bothering you, why this certain thing is, triggering you. And kind of, rather than figuring out, okay, it's I don't know, this situation is making me triggered, you need to kind of dig deeper and think, okay, what is it about this situation that is triggering me? Because once you find that out, it'll be that much easier to figure out what's going on and how you can, deal with it. It's hard, and sometimes you feel like this is impossible, but you need to try your best to stay positive. Because if you, completely shut down and stop believing in yourself and stop, thinking positively, then obviously you're not going to get any happier. You're not going to get any better, because you're just going to be, feeling sorry for yourself and thinking that, oh, nothing good is going to happen. So you need to stay positive as hard as it can be. Just stay a little bit positive, because if you are feeling a bit positive, then you will want to get better, and you will want to stay positive. let's see. You never, ever, ever want to give up. Whether giving up means just forgetting about your problems. You don't want to give up because it's kind of going along with ignoring your problems. Giving up, it's just going to haunt you and come back to you, because if you give up, you wouldn't know if you ever had, if you give up, you may not know what life could be, or if you hadn't given up, you are not alone, and you are stronger than you think, which is why you should never give up. And it may feel like you are completely alone, even if you kind of know of people who are going through the same issues and problems that you are. You still feel alone, because that's how I felt for the longest time. But know that you aren't alone. There are millions of people that go through whatever you're going through. You may just not know them, but just know in your head that you're not alone, and that there's someone out there who has it worse than you, or are going through the same thing. This next piece of advice is, I think, harder for some rather than others, but maybe, I don't know. It's that there are going to be those people that say rude things about you, or make fun of you, or judge you, or assume they know you really well, or assume that you're overreacting, and just make assumptions of you. But you have to know that whatever horrible, mean things they are saying is because they are unhappy and they just want the attention. So don't give it to them. But also, whatever they're saying, don't believe it. You just gotta try and not take everything to heart, really, all the negative stuff to heart. If they say, oh, she's, overreacting about this situation, just because they say it doesn't make it true. You're probably not overreacting, so just don't listen to them. And you know that in the long run, it will get better. It may take, days, weeks, months, years, but it will get better slowly but surely. It will get better. It just takes time. And you need to, through everything, not just sit in your bed, sit in your house, doing nothing, isolating yourself. You need to get out and have fun with friends, with family, with your animals, just by yourself. You just need to get out and have fun. And take your mind off of all your problems for a certain amount of time. And going out and having fun is great, but you also need to surround yourself with the right people, and really good friends who are there for you, who understand you, who will listen to you, who are just great people in general, and not people who are fake, who say they care about you but don't have good intentions with you. You just need to find the right people to surround yourself by. And going along with that piece of advice, you need to have a support system, whether it's your therapist or your best friend or your family, or all of the above. You just need to create that good support system, and that'll help you feel less alone. Oh, that was the last piece of advice. So those are all the pieces of advice that I would give someone who is going through mental health, or just any issue and problem in general. And also for just I'm gonna put it out there that people shouldn't be rude, but there are always going to be those people. For any people who are not going through this, or think about being rude, just in general, don't be rude, don't judge, and especially don't assume you know everything about that person, or don't assume you think you know what's going on, because chances are you don't. And it doesn't feel good to have someone judge you. Alright, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is just kind of following up with the last video. Thank you so much for watching that video, by the way. And if you haven't watched it, check it out. My Twitter and Instagram links are down below. Feel free to follow them, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe. The next videos should be kind of more fun and less, I guess, depressing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.